Let's hit the waiver wire and get you up to date on the latest news next on Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. Welcome into FBT in 5, a podcast that gets you caught up fast on the fantasy news and advice that you need to know. Follow and stream us on Spotify and anywhere else podcasts are found. Today is Monday, April 19th. I am Frank Stanfield, joined by Scott White, and we have a few hitters that we need to talk about, Scott, that may be available on your waiver wire. Joey Votto, 57% rostered. Jazz Chisholm, 64% rostered. And Eduardo Escobar, who is available in many leagues as well. Which of those three is your favorite?
Ooh, I think I have to go with Jazz Chisholm at this point because I think the ceiling is the highest, especially if you're talking about a categories league, knowing that he could steal you some bases. He has 3 of those already. He has 3 homers as well. And his X slug is 737. So like that's even better than the actual slug. He's genuinely been killing the ball. The most surprising thing is that he's walking a ton, which is out of character for him, unexpected. His strikeout rate is not great, but at 25%, like if he's striking out 25% of the time, he's going to be a stud. I think in the long run, the strikeouts will go up, the walks will go down, but there might be enough discipline there for him to make the most of his potential. I also really like Joey Votto a lot, though, too. I mean, he's been hitting the ball hard, too. His XBA, according to Statcast 342, X slug 708. He's coming off a 3-homer, 3-double week. And those numbers, the expected stats look good even before that started. So making quality contact, making a lot of contact. And he said he wanted to hit for more power this year after kind of selling out for contact the past couple of years. Seems like he's making good on it.
So if you just needed, say in a points league, you just need a utility bat or a corner infielder, Votto versus Escobar, you're going Votto there.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to see Escobar's power stroke bounce back this year, but not sure there's a lot to go with it.
100% agree on Jazz Chisholm, by the way. If this guy maintains a 25% strikeout rate, I mean, he could go 2020 with a 260, 270 plus batting average, which would just be a breakout season, frankly, for Jazz Chisholm. A few waiver wire pitchers who may be available. Dane Dunning, 6 shutout over the weekend, 53% rostered. Brady Singer, also 6 shutout against the Toronto Blue Jays. Nice start there, 48% rostered. Anthony DeSclafani, 6 innings of 1-run ball against the Marlins this weekend, 38% rostered. And Kyle Gibson. Who is this Kyle Gibson? 8 shutout with 6 strikeouts on Sunday against the Orioles. He is 27% rostered. Scott, who is your favorite between Dunning, Singer, DeSclafani, and Gibson?
Well, I think Dunning is kind of the stash pickup in case they give him more workload in Texas. He did go 6 innings in this most recent start on fewer than 80 pitches, but he's been kind of untouchable so far. Seems to have found the right pitch mix, getting swinging strikes with the slider, which he kind of de-emphasized down the stretch last year, but the sinker is working well for him too. In terms of who I trust the most right now, it might actually be Singer, who has a good matchup coming up. And I don't know. He's basically been a 2-pitch pitcher, fastball slider, so I don't know that he's going to be somebody you can rely on to go 6+ with consistency. But I think he's the most startable right now.
Yeah, great matchup this week going up against the Tigers in Detroit. So I do like Brady Singer quite a bit for that start. Some news and notes everybody has heard. Again, Steven Strasburg was placed on the 10-day IL with right shoulder inflammation. Ronald Acuna left Sunday night's game with an abdominal strain, so we don't know much about that, but pay attention on Monday. Christian Yelich placed on the IL with back tightness. Lance Lynn placed on the IL with a strained right trap. He is expected to just miss 1 start. Cody Bellinger originally went on the IL with a left calf contusion. Turns out he has a hairline fracture in his left fibula, so it will take more time for him to return. Starling Marte was removed from Sunday's game with an awkward swing. It looked like an oblique, which I feel pretty pessimistic about his status for this week, but pay attention there. Scott, we did have a few COVID situations this past week. The Twins over the weekend, they had 3 positive COVID tests, and the Astros, we saw that earlier last week when they placed Jose Altuve, Bregman, and Yordan Alvarez on that COVID IL. So what are you doing with your Twins and Astros players this upcoming week?
So right now there's a doubleheader scheduled for Tuesday between the two of them after already canceling Monday's game. I suspect that'll happen, barring any more positive tests. But it's possible it doesn't. For the fringy guys, I definitely wouldn't take any chances. I'm thinking guys like Max Kepler, Luis Arias, certainly. But for the higher end guys, maybe like Nelson Cruz or Matt Chapman, maybe even like Mark Canha off to a hot start, I'd probably stick with them.
What about with the Houston Astros between Altuve, Bregman, Alvarez? We're leaving them in, right?
I'm leaving them in. Yeah, it sounds like they're on the verge of returning.
For more extensive fantasy baseball coverage, listen to the Fantasy Baseball Today podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, your smart speakers, or anywhere else podcasts are found. And thanks for listening to Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. If you enjoyed the pod, please leave a 5-star review on Apple. We'll be back again tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.